Legends, where fantasy and dreams come to life and wonderful in your delight.
So what's going on, guys? Assassin Gaming here, and as you can see, I'm one of the main leaders of this channel here, Fair Legends, and also the voice actor Macaque from the Macaque Yandere X Listener. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So, how did this all begin? Well, apparently some of you guys looked at our apparent community post that we posted a few days ago, created by one of the other main leaders of this current channel, the CEO of Fair Legends. You should already know who it is, aka Xakaru X, the main CEO leader of this channel. There you go. Asking you guys, being said viewer, of both either the Lego Monkey Kid community or any other community of our X listeners that you listen to, even though besides our channel is about pretty much on Monkey Kid for right now, at least to the meantime until the new ones come out. But anyways, it shows at this poll that even though besides 102 votes pretty much voted for this, it seems that 63% of you guys actually wanted this like Yandere Macaque X Listener to come out, to where we as the creators delivered. I delivered, pretty much like me being the voice of Macaque upset listener. I still have it saved, by the way. And it looks like the time when we uploaded said listener, it seems to be going pretty good. Like surpassed pretty much 22K likes pretty much in 2 days. You guys showing your best emotional support and pretty much physical support to the team as well for like how hard we work on these X listeners, especially with other kind of content we're trying to give to this channel, which we definitely support, by the way. And just like the other X listeners, we thought that this one was actually going like a complete success. Well, that is until someone checked out our X listeners on Twitter. We're not saying any names too, but you know who you are. But as you can see, at the time after when we made said listener the past 4 days ago, someone decided to retweet it on X on Twitter. And what I'm about to say here, I don't want anybody who's finished watching this videos to go out to attack anybody. That is not what the team is looking for at the slightest. Because in other words, if there's one thing that the team hates, it's that our community is fighting against one another after all the hard work we make. And that is absolutely the opposite thing that our team wants to see. But as you can see from their reaction, of course they put a what, because in other words, they didn't expect pretty much one of our X listeners to be pretty much blowing up just like that, just like how the other, like, you know, Lego Monkey Kid X listeners are there these days. I've seen like a few pretty much besides just like the others on this channel. Same with the other creators of said channel, pretty much saw these other like X listeners as well before we made the Macaque X listener, before I even started voicing it. And pretty much we thought it was going out as a complete success after when we saw this tweet, to where after when we saw that somebody was actually liking our X listener, we thought it was good positive vibes, to where we thought that, you know, everybody really enjoyed it, to where after when they found us out on X, that pretty much we made that, guessing it just bamboozled to where they just wanted the community to know, to where everything seemed like a complete success, right? Well, that is until some of the quote retweets on X pretty much started to happen. So for those of you who don't know what kind of quote retweets I'm talking about, of course there were some that were actually pretty kind, some that saying that they were not going to make it out alive after when they listened to said X listener, and some just all outly just going out horrendous saying, how could you make this X listener? Did you not know that Yandere, and pretty much this one quote that people start to call BPD, which is pretty much a dangerous, very dangerous disorder, by the way. They pretty much share the same traits with one another, to where I do agree with that. Some of the creators did not know that pretty much that Yandere and BPD were the kind of same thing as it is pretty much either if it's from anime, IRL stuff, or pretty much you name it. But I'm gonna say it like this. Now, for some people who don't know what BPD is, it's pretty much meaning for the term borderline personality disorder. And that is a very dangerous disorder that anybody who was born with it should be especially be having, by the way. Which being the symptoms of having borderline personality disorder has to be, first off, having the loss of emotional control on oneself, which can also increase impulsivity. It can also affect on how a person feels about themselves, thinking about negative thoughts and mostly thinking about wanting to do something bad against somebody else for something that they don't even have. Which I can totally understand, and I can totally get why people are kind of upset on why we kind of did this kind of Yandere X listener. Now, the reason why I bring this up between the difference between Yandere and borderline personality disorder is because of one reason. Yeah, they share the same traits, but they also have quite some differences between one another. Like, for example, what I said before for the symptoms that pretty much people can have for borderline personality disorder, like it being a mental illness, which is actually completely right, by the way, that severely impacts a person's ability to act on their own emotions. Which I do agree a little bit that some yanderes do tend to have that same kind of mental illness, but not all yanderes tend to have that. Now, the only time where a yandere tends to have that is depending on either what kind of manga, anime, series, comic series, manga series, like you name it. Now, the only time where it shows that kind of symptom of borderline personality disorder is only if that's what the creator wanted to happen when it comes to creating their own characters in said series. Either, like I said, manga, video game, book series, comic series, cartoon, you name it. There are some creators out there that'll tend to do that. Now, for the difference between that yandere kind of like, you know, not bipolar, borderline personality disorder, and the Yandere X Listener that we released pretty much a few days ago, when we were trying to make Macaque sound like Yandere, like trying to think of something like he said, like how he said, well, hello there, Sugar Plum. We were trying to reach for something that sounded the exact opposite of what pretty much the fan base, especially, I'm not talking about the fan base that we have, of course we love you, but mostly the fan base of what the Lego Monkey Kid community has been noticing about, to where we wanted to surprise them with something that pretty much they didn't expect Macaque would ever say, to where that's what I provided. Nothing BPD about it, nothing pretty much random about it. Of course, something like a little gift for the fans for anybody who had like shipped Macaque with Wukong or some shit like that, to where we just wanted to give something to the people of what they voted for, to where after when I provided on what the CEO wanted me to say, that's when I said my piece. Pretty much she made the thumbnail, that's when we delivered, and that's when we thought it'd be a happy ending, to where it was. In other words, we were making good views for it. In other words, reached 2.2k views in 2 days. We are exactly happy by it, by the way, especially seeing that the X Listener, just like the others, reached another 200 likes, to where we are pretty much definitely loved that we have fans like you for our channel to actually show us that kind of love. But we also want you to understand, for every X Listener that we make, it doesn't matter if you're a part of this kind of community or that kind of community or anything of the sort, to where if you guys get disgusted by it, we don't want you to pretty much think of it as a different kind of reason on why we did it. To where if you even get disgusted by it, then why the hell are you even watching the video? Like, you can easily just skip it, even if it's on your recommendation. Simple as that, to where you don't need to bring that kind of negativity to the community that we're trying to grind for and trying to build for so long, so that way we can be able to try to get all the way up there. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm not saying this for the entire community, because you guys know who you are, but I'm just letting pretty much for the minority of our community know that if you don't like something that we post, please just don't put anything negative about it. In other words, you can easily just, skip it through. You can easily just look at something else and just like work through your day. But every time we upload, to where if you're a fan and excited to see what we upload, which we do appreciate, by the way, or you're not even a fan, just pretty much, just want to listen to see what we got to do, please don't show any kind of negativity to us, to where it doesn't just make me upset, but it makes the other team leaders of the channel upset, even the CEO upset to see people like that pretty much comment either on our community posts or even on our official Twitter. Yeah, we have a Twitter now. Go follow that, by the way, link in the description. Trying to bring us that kind of negativity, to where we don't want to see our channel pretty much get taken down because somebody doesn't like what we post, to where if you don't like it, the door's right there, to where if you pretty much don't like what you see, you don't need to put a negative comment, to where now for feedback, we will take. In other words, like the other leaders, especially the CEO, can easily look at that to figure out what kind of feedback that what we can be able to do better. But please don't leave any kind of negative comments, kind of reviews, anything like that. Now, when the CEO created this channel, she created this channel so that way it can be able to spread positivity to around pretty much all the stuff that we created to here. Not just us or what the team created, but also the suggestions of what you give the team, so much of what we post for so long. So that way we can not just see ourselves grow as pretty much at the channel, but also we can be able to see how the community grows for said channel. So that way we can be able to grow a little bit of a family going on, which will be you guys. You're the viewers just watching this. We love you guys. And so that way we as a channel can keep on giving and providing the suggestions of what you give us. And so that way we can be able to grow together as a nice, peaceful community. Now, with that being said, as for the Yandere Macaque X Listener, me and the team have been talking about it, of probably getting that re-uploaded again. But that depends if that's what you guys want. I'm even going to make a poll on the community post saying if we should be able to re-upload it. To where if some people in the fan base, either not our community, but in the Lego Monkey Kid community don't like it, then please, we understand that pretty much you guys don't like this kind of thing that we do. But please, and we also understand the traits that you guys are telling us about, what the opposite and pretty much what the same traits that Yandere and Borderline personality disorder share. But I also want you to understand, we pretty much make these X Listeners for fun, and we pretty much don't like to do it just to take it all seriously. Because that's why the CEO created the channel, all for fun, make a peaceful community, and so that way everybody can be able to have fun with it. But with that being said, I'm pretty sure that I already said enough in my piece, to where you guys, as the viewers and the fans of this channel, understand to where what the team and pretty much what you guys can see what we're driving for. To where we're not mad, But just please, for the love of God, don't take everything that we upload too seriously to the heart, because that's how a community tends to die, to where we don't want that to happen. To where we love, support, and we want to thank every single one of you guys for supporting the videos that we worked so hard on making, to where if it wasn't for you guys, the CEO wouldn't have created this channel at all, to where we appreciate every single one of you. And for that being said, we're going to end the video right here. Be sure to check out the other X listeners that's coming out sooner or later by the upcoming week. This has been Assassin Gaming here, your lovely macaque right here, and we'll see you all in the next X listener. Peace.